guy named Pasty. You call me whatever the fuck you want.
All right, Cracker. Get your ass going. Talk about the match, Cracker. Ass Cracker.
Jimmy Havoc defeated Darby Allin and Joey Janela.
Damn it, Pasty. Neither one of us picked him.
No, we didn't. I don't know. There's something about Havoc. I really like him, and then he takes off his mask. And I'm like, wow, you look like a puss.
He looks normal. Like, he looks like somebody you'd hang out with, right?
I guess like it could be a Bates thing, but then why go with the whole hiding your face and having the Marilyn Manson vibe? Be Bates then. Be too normal. You know what I mean?
Or keep the mask on.
Come down with like a Mr. Rogers kind of thing. I guess that'd be too Bray Wyatt. But Bray Wyatt doesn't wrestle as that angle.
Yeah, or just keep the mask on. Because, like, look at Darby Allin. Yeah, I bet if Darby Allin...
I've been wondering that the whole time. Like, why the fuck doesn't he just keep it?
Paint off and combed his hair back, he'd probably look pretty nerdy too. Right?
Yeah. Oh, Darby Allin looks like 3/4 of the kids I smoked pot with in high school.
He looks like 3/4 of multiple people, so like they're missing limbs or what? Yeah. Holy shit!
Frankenstein's monster, Mary Shelley shit.
Holy buckets! Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Darby Allin's skateboard fucking spot was dope with the fucking glued on thumbtacks or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh yeah, the thumbtacks is.
They had to be glued on because they came off onto Joey.
Oh, they were glued on. This was the match.
I guess we should start at the start where Jimmy Havoc started the match by stapling his own head.
Somebody gonna shut the fucking door? Thank you.
Stop it. Stop it.
Thank you, Cyrus.
Stop it.
I'm gonna. Hey, just go to the bedroom because I'm gonna edit this out. You guys yelling or whispering "stop it" lightly is not gonna help.
It is.
Stop it! 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 Stop it!
That's what the dogs are saying.
I know, right? I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Shut the door, though. Hey, put the dogs in the bedroom, please. Hello? You wanna put some marks on this for me, please?
Yeah, I already got it.
I don't know if they put the dogs in there or not. I don't know where we were at either.
37:10.
Well, I mean, I don't know where we were at talking.
I said we got to start at the top when Jimmy Havoc came in and fucking staple gunned himself.
Oh, yeah. No. We're at the staple gun. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
That's what I said. I already said it. It's already been said.
Well, fine. You want me to... Okay.
React to me saying he stapled himself.
Oh, no! I might just leave that in, actually. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to edit this up before, but I'm just going to leave in that. Oh,
no! Leave the laughter afterwards, too, just because.
Oh, yeah. Let me get the laughter out of my system, and I'll get back to it. Well, yeah, the staple gun has become kind of a trademark of his, which is good. I like it. I really dug... I always like... I put an asterisk on it because I'm also scared. But I like when they do the thumbtacks in the mouth because it looks visually so insane. But I'm always worried with as much bumps as they take. Like, God, you could just so much accidentally swallow one, and just one could be devastating. But then he duct taped his mouth. So he couldn't even, pretend to try to be cool with it. He had to keep them in there. The only thing that was the problem with that is the tape came off the first time, and then he literally had to sit there with his mouth closed, waiting for them to put more tape on it instead of spitting the tacks out. So it was a slight botch. It was, more of a malfunction. But that in these kind of matches, you really, even more so than regular wrestling matches, you have to suspend belief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like when Jimmy Havoc put Joey Janela's leg through the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. And I like the fact that they used that there was multiple Cracker Barrels and they used them, but
yeah,
pretty much every spot they kind of botched. They just didn't quite hit it the way they wanted to, which was kind of sad, but at least Cracker Barrel got their exposure.
Yeah.
This is what you expected.
I mean, every time these guys get in the ring, it's going to be a train wreck or a car crash.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the greatest possible way.
But this one I don't think was. I think this one was a little more mild than the last ones.
I don't think Darby Allin's of the hardcore
less
brood,
crazy.
though.
He's more Daredevil like Jeff Hardy and less hardcore like Jimmy Havoc and Joey Janela. For sure, I would agree with that.
But his backdrop with the Cracker Barrel was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. The coffin drop. And for sure, I mean, you can't always have the non-stop action trying to kill each other every single match. You just can't. That doesn't work.
If you had total non-stop action, you'd be TNA.
That's true. But it was good for what it was. It was a fun match. The crowd got behind it. This was, in my opinion, probably the second worst match on the card.
Second worst match? Okay.
Second worst match. I got a worst match, Pacey.
Yeah.
It's the next match.
Okay.
You know it was one of the two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. and I think I agree with you fully. I guess the second match had like some kind of nice outcome at the end that made me happy. But
well, let's discuss that. Unless you got more to talk about Cracker?
I gotta bring it back full circle to the skateboard with the thumbtacks. That was badass.
It was. You don't see enough skateboards in wrestling. I'm just going to say that right now.
If Darby Allin is going to play with these guys more often in AEW, he needs to bring that skateboard back every time he does. Just like Jimmy brings that fucking staple gun in the paper to paper cut.
The only thing is,
over the fucking paper cuts by now.
I agree. It needs to be brought out every now and then, not every match.
Everybody in the world knows that every time you do that, even if you did it in real life to yourself, you're not going to paper cut yourself 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? It's just that one time. And so you do it every fucking match. It's
one thing about the skateboard.
It's like Dean Ambrose turning himself around in the ropes and coming back. You know what I mean?
One thing about the skateboard, in a match where you have a skateboard and there are barrels, you should have fucking jumped a barrel. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Skate or die.
Skate or do. And then we had what I think was probably the worst match. I'm not going to say a bad match. This was a match for a bye in the tag team title tournament. Again, this is part of the tournament to be in the tournament. I guess.
Yeah.
Which is fun, and we like it. Whatever. Dark Order
it's the
won.
Buy-in for the tournament.
It was Dark Order versus Best Friends, and Pacey and I both said Dark Order should win. I agree Dark Order should win, and they won.
Yep.
And I agree with that. I don't think that's bad at all. I'm not complaining about that. You go first, Pacey.
So you're going to complain about the end?
I'm going to complain about
when the Minions were going to take Trent Beretta to the back, and my best friend in the whole wide world, that's right, he even stands over you, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, came out and saved the day.
Well, we aren't there yet.
And then joined the best friends.
Oh. We aren't there yet. God damn it, Pasty.
Okay.
God damn it.
Edit it out.
No,
that was the only part of the match I paid attention to. That's
about
why I went there.
Yeah, that's about the only part. This was a mediocre match at best, Pasty. Yeah. The crowd was not into it at all. I at this point I see the Dark Order to AEW what Bray Wyatt was to WWE. Has a great gimmick.
They're worse.
But cannot get over. Well, Bray Wyatt, no, because Bray Wyatt.
Dark Order still hasn't done anything that makes me say, "Oh my God, they're awesome."
Yeah.
So they have a chair made out of men.
Yeah.
That's what it is to me. I
think they're a great team. The gimmick is not connecting, though. The gimmick is not connecting. The finish just was dead. Nobody gave a shit. They weren't. Not only were they not excited for the finish, they didn't even seem happy it was over. They just didn't even want it to be there at all. I think. I think. And this is a match that seemed like
was it Sean Stasiak who thought he was an alien?
That was when I wasn't watching, if that happened, son.
It was Ruthless Aggression era, I know.
Yeah, I wasn't around there.
But that's what the Dark Order equates to me, and has since day one. Until they prove something.
Pacey, this is a match that had Tornado DDTs, Atomico Sentons, rolling German suplexes, 450 splashes. This had so much good moves. This is something that up-and-coming wrestlers need to watch. And folks, I'm not a wrestler, and I hate to hate to critique people that work so hard inside the ring and put so much into their shit, and I sound like an asshole and a pompous bitch when I say these things, but really, watch this match and see how you can put on so many great moves and not tell a story at all. And these guys did not. So if you don't have anything more, let's jump to the post-match, Paste.
All right. Yes, post-match. The Minions had, I believe it was Trent Beretta, dragging him on out when my best friend, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, comes out and saves the day. It's pretty great. And now he's the third member of Best Friends. Yeah,
and they gave a little backstory to it, which is cool.
I think it's going to be really fun just watching their segments of, like, who's the best friends, you know what I mean? There can only be two. So which two are the best friends? And, like, everybody's... I would assume they're both going to be vying for Cassidy's friendship.
Right.
It'll be fun.
Maybe. Maybe not. Cassidy, of course, showed a little more here than he has in the past. He wasn't blasé. He just didn't take his hands out of his pockets. Another JR take your pill and go to bed moment was Excalibur saying, "Oh my God, he did a suicide tope without even taking his hands out of his pockets." And JR followed with, "We don't know if he doesn't have holes in his pockets. He might have holes in his pockets." What the fuck does that mean, JR? What the fuck does that mean? He still didn't take him out. What are you saying? He's jerking his Jimmy? That's even more impressive. I'm sorry. Like, I don't get, he might have holes in his pockets. What the fuck, JR? What? I don't get what you're
his hands
saying.
Are in his pockets if there's holes in his pockets.
They're still in his pockets.
No,
they're just even farther
in. They're in his pants. They're not in his pockets.
If there's a hole in your pockets and you're in your pant legs, isn't that a giant pocket at this point?
No, because it falls out your ankle.
He wasn't grabbing his ankles. I could tell you that right now.
No, Orange Cassidy would never put in that much effort.
For as much credit and respect I have for JR, and I do, and his podcast is slowly becoming more of a favorite of mine than even Bruce's, because JR just fucking tells you what he feels.
He's not good for the young generation of wrestling.
He rambles on his podcast sometimes, and I get sick, and he loses his train of thought. And sometimes they'll be talking about a subject and he goes back to a subject 3 fucking questions ago and answers that again. And it's like, take your pill, JR, go to bed. But I like the fact that he's just open and honest. And he's open and honest about AEW on his podcast. He tells you the shit he doesn't like about it.
Yeah.
He's upfront about it. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But, yeah, they need to get him off he shouldn't be on their weekly show. And I'd say put him on half the pay-per-view. The big matches.
Yeah.
And with people, he knows who they are. He kept asking. Excalibur was like, "Oh my God, it's Orange Cassidy." And about 5 minutes later, JR was like, "Who is this guy?" Excalibur, "Oh, it's Orange Cassidy." Well, yeah, but I mean, who is he? My God, they showed him the last pay-per-view, JR. Didn't you watch it? He doesn't. Yeah, I love JR. I sound like
JR
an asshole.
Doesn't do the buy-ins. He comes in at the very end of the buy-ins. So when it was the Battle Royale, he totally missed it.
I get it, but I know I sound like an ass, and I love JR. I really do. I don't think he is the greatest. I don't think he's as great of an announcer as a lot of people think, but he was the announcer during the Attitude Era, and so people put him there.
That's the way, like I said, he's not good for young wrestling. He is good for the era of wrestling that he called and he has nothing but respect for.
But I would dare say, Pacey, that JR was really good in the 80s and early 90s in NWA WCW. I wasn't the biggest fan of his in WWE. I don't knock it, but he was better in WCW.
Is his quick yells of "my God" and shit like that.
But that's because
that doesn't mean he's a great announcer.
Yeah, that's because that's when more people were watching at the time. Yeah. I thought his best work was before that, but we got way off topic here, but this is...
Yeah, we did, and we need to...
The thing is, it's all about Orange Cassidy. Nobody gives a shit about Best Friends or Dark Order at this point.
Actually, Best Friends came around to me more often lately, and now that Orange Cassidy's with him, I'm fully on the boat.
I'm not huge on any of the three, but I'm willing to give anybody a chance. I do want to say